Hello, 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 peace and beautiful blessings. I am coming out of my little break. I guess you could call it a winter/spring break. And now I am feeling refreshed with a new perspective and just ready to really dive back into my work. But today I want to share a couple of the things that I have been working on and some new decks that I received. So I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to take a break. My intention was to take the whole month of March just to myself to kind of reflect and rest and not be on social media, because I've been on social media like very intensely, especially like as I was doing work as a social media manager. And it's like I've never I've taken breaks, but I've never intentionally taken like a complete disconnect from social in a while. And I really needed that. So I did check in here and there just a little bit, but for the most part, I didn't post anything. And I just really was also curating my feed, looking at who I'm following, the things that I'm seeing. Is it in alignment? Do I need to see this? How does this make me feel? So being very mindful of who and what I'm interacting with. So I did make some changes there. I also worked on a few other like little side admin projects, migrating my email newsletter to a new system and setting up some other things, learning a few things. So it was really a beautiful time for me. I appreciated the rest, and without the pressure of like posting and being on social media, like I got super creative and felt really good and mapped some things out for my business, really like anchored into like my own practices and things like that. So I appreciated the quiet time to just listen and be with myself. And even though it was just a short break, I would say, it made a big impact. And so it's something that I also want to be very mindful of as I go back into the realm of social media and, online things, making sure that I am doing so at a pace that feels good and feels right for me, and not just showing up to show up. Like I want to show up with intention. So let's go ahead, and I don't know what I want to do first. I think I want to show you the decks that I got. I'm not going to do walkthroughs right now, although things might change. But I have not bought decks in quite a while. And this year I did say that I was not going to buy any new decks. However, these really specifically called out to me. And in particular, it is the Rose Oracle. Roses are so sacred to me. And my grandmother always had a rose garden, so they also remind me of her. And I would always have like roses on my altar, different color roses, yellow, pink, red. Just roses are just beautiful, right? White. And so when I saw this, I knew that I needed to have it. And I know this was not specifically created for me. Like Rebecca didn't sit down and say, oh, Giovanna in the US, she needs this deck. But this was definitely something that was co-created that I needed in my life for my journey. And it came at such the right time. I have been really exploring rose energy. So it was just so beautiful to see this deck. And I just was like, okay, getting that. So we'll talk about it more, because the rose is a sacred symbol of the goddess. It is love, it is beauty, it's divine feminine. It's also protective, right? Because roses have thorns. And often when I am doing psychic work, it's the rose that speaks to me the most. So I can easily visualize like roses and get the information that I need. So I thought that was so beautiful. And this is definitely a deck that stays on my altar. It's one that I am working with in a different way, like really just sitting with the card, meditating with it. So I have not gone through the entire deck. Did I look at the cards? I did the attunement with them, and I think I shuffled them, but I didn't go through and look at all the cards. So I pulled out my one card, and as you can see, it's kind of a little messy because it's got like oils and stuff from me anointing the cards, and it's sitting out on my altar. But this is the Anointed, and this is the card that I've been working with for the past, I guess, week or so. But I'm really enjoying the experiences with this deck. So I'm just super grateful that I was able to pick it up and add it to my collection. So the other deck was the Sacred Cycle Oracles. And if you see a theme, there's a lot of like divine, feminine, sacred energy, earth energy, rhythms, and cycles. And so it's funny because one of the things that was coming up while I decided like, okay, this is the month that I'm going to take the break, I kind of had a feeling that it wasn't going to last very long, even though like I really felt I needed it because we are moving into spring. So I could feel like as I'm seeing, you know, flowers bloom on the bushes and the trees and new branches growing off of the trees, and all of these like little buds, the blueberry flowers are coming in. I'm starting to see like the little, you know, buds from where the bush, the plant is growing. It's like, no, like this isn't the time for a break. Winter is over. It's time to awaken. Yes, you have rested, but now it's time to, you know, spring forward, march forward, to bring your gifts, your magic, your whatever into the world. So I thought that was really beautiful. So this is a 50 card deck by Jill Powell and M. Dewey. Let me show you guys. This is a very, I like this deck. So the artwork looks like this. That's the Empress. There's cycles for like the moon, the seasons. There are plants. There's parts of the feminine anatomy. So there's the vaginal canal. So I got this deck because I do want to work with in my feminine energy more. Also, I want to use this for like healing womb issues and like really speaking to that part of me. So I thought that this would be a very beautiful, beautiful deck. So I'm very grateful to have this. So this taps into the earth cycles, the feminine cycles, and the moon cycles, which is very beautiful. Then the other deck that I don't know if I have this already and it's in storage, but this one called out to me too, The Magic of Unicorns by Diana Cooper. And again, like I'm working with these decks in a really different way. Normally, like when I receive a deck, I'll like open it, I'll go through and look at all the cards. But these in particular, it's like very specific ways that I feel called to work with each of the decks. And this one I thought was really interesting because the colors, the borders want to be colored. So a lot of decks now don't come with the gilded edges. And so this one is like, we need color. And I'm like, okay. I've never modded a deck, but it has kind of like been in the back of my mind to start kind of playing around with that. So I might answer the call and do that with this deck. So these cards are still in order. And I love unicorns. I love unicorn energy. On a shamanic journey that I did, there was very much a unicorn presence. And ever since then, like I just felt that energy and that need to kind of like connect with it more. So when I saw this deck, it was like, yes, I go with you too. So this one has, I think, yeah, 44 cards. They're all very beautiful. So there's the artwork from another card with affirmations and just beautiful information about really returning to, or like connecting in with your unicorn guide for ascension and elevation and growth along your spiritual path. So I thought that was really beautiful, and again came at a perfect timing for me. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself, even though I said I was not necessarily going to buy any new decks. These I think were ones that I definitely needed. They weren't like a spur of the moment, like, oh, I'm going to buy these just to buy them. They seem to have a purpose in my life. So I have one other deck to show you, and then I want to show you something else that I'm very excited about that I created while on my little break. So last year, I think last April, I backed this deck on Kickstarter, and I absolutely love it. I've already worn the deck out. So this is the Telluric Tarot. And that means like this is like an earth-based deck. So it taps into like minerals, crystals, and plants. So this deck has, I think it's 5 suits, and it's structured around a traditional tarot deck. So you could use this as an oracle or a tarot. So there's the suit of soul, which is going to be the major arcana. Then there is emotion, which is going to be cups. Then there's drive, which would be wands, and then there's mind, which of course would be swords, and then domain, which would be earth. So I've gone through and like really reading the guidebook, learning about some of the minerals or crystals and plants that I'm not familiar with. And I think it's a very, very beautiful way that this creator, Lunaria Gold, weaved in the magic of the earth, right? The plants and the crystals, and like tied it into tarot in such a profound and deep and beautiful way. The artwork on these cards are beautiful. So this is Bazite and Daphne. This is Pyrite and Alanthus, and I might be pronouncing some of these wrong. My favorite one, I think I put it up already, Zircon and Dandelion. Oh, yeah, I did. My favorite one is, would be like the full card. Oh, this is beautiful. I haven't seen this one. This is Turquoise and Lavender. So yeah, it's a very simple but beautiful, colorful artwork that features the crystal or mineral and then its plant ally, and it's just drawn there so beautifully. I'm trying to see if there's another. Oh, here's citrine and vetch. And so in the guidebook, it's comes with, so it'll have like the card number, the mineral and the plant that's on the card, and then it has kind of like a subtitle, and then it talks about the crystal, then it talks about the plant life, then it gives like a collaborative meaning for the card, and then it shares a reverse meaning. Very beautiful. I really, really like this deck. It was definitely worth the wait. So the edges are, well, you can see I've kind of like, I literally have had this deck for maybe, I guess 2 weeks, maybe almost now, a week or so, and you can see it's kind of bent already. And I use this every day, doing a deck study or deck challenge with it to help me as I'm studying the deck, and like I've chipped off some of the black edging on the cards, but this deck is beautiful. I really, really enjoy working with it. I don't have the box in front of me right now. I'm just, since I'm using it daily, I have just it stored in a little pouch. So, all right, so now, oops, okay. So I created a couple of things that I am so proud and excited about. So tarot, oracle, huge part of my life. I was struggling to find a way to like keep track of my tarot challenges. So I noticed like I would start and then stop. I've tried doing it digitally. I tried using like a notebook. I've tried my blog to track like the cards that I pulled, but I found like nothing worked, excuse me, to keep me like focused and on track the way that I truly want it. So this is the proof copy, but I created a tarot challenge journal. And so it's a 90-day journal that also has like some templates for 3-card readings. So you can track your tarot and oracle challenges. So let's see. This one I'm actually using. So like I said, it's my test copy. So let me use the other one. I'm so proud of myself, you guys. I love this so much. Okay, so inside there's the Tarot Challenge page where you can put the name of the challenge, the dates that you're doing the challenge, any hashtags, the creator, and the deck or decks that you use. And then there are lines where you can write the prompt for each challenge. So what I found, like when I was doing the challenges, of course, like, you know, they're maybe online, on Instagram, or, you know, on someone's website. And then I would have to like pull up the site or save the graphic to my phone somehow. And I was like, I just want somewhere where I can put all the prompts. So, because I don't like getting distracted, like having to look at my phone or pull up a document when I'm reading. So I was like, okay, what can I make? How can I make this easy for me? So I was like, okay, write out all the challenge prompts. So here is the challenge that I'm doing for March. I didn't write too neatly, but all the prompts are right here. So instead of me having to go look it up on Instagram, trying to find, you know, the graphic or is it saved, it's right here. I don't have to touch my phone. I don't have to log in. Everything is right here. And then there are 31 pages where you can, so you can also use the PDF, the digital format, like inside of GoodNotes. And so when I use GoodNotes, I like to take a picture of the card and then I can like paste the picture right here. So usually what I'll do is write like down first impressions of the cards that I pulled. Like I said, I'm using a new deck. I'm using the Telluric, I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. Anyways, I'm using this deck right here, the Telluric Tarot. So it's a new deck to me. So I write down the date that I pulled the card, the question or the prompt, the card that I pulled, the deck that I use. And I included deck. I was like, is that like redundant? But sometimes I do like to change decks in the middle of a challenge. So it's always good to kind of reference and go back to see. And so since I'm using a new deck, I'll write down like my first impressions, like what do the colors tell me? What do I know about the mineral or the crystal that's shown in the card? If nothing, then, or sometimes I'll doodle or just whatever. And then here's like plenty of journaling space to write out all of the things that you need to write. There's so much space. I love it so much. So there's a bunch of pages for that. Then those are 1-card pages. I think I also created some. Yeah, so then, okay, so that completes challenge number 1. Then there's space for another challenge. And this page actually has 2 spaces per page. So if you don't have a lot to write, then it fits perfectly. And I did that because I know some challenges for me, I can go like a lot deeper, and other times it's like, just a few things come up. So I just wanted that variety. And then as I work through it, I'll see like, do I need the full pages or did it work better with the half pages? And then I can go back and update the journal. So then there's another challenge. So there's space for 3 months worth of challenges. And I also included in the back, there's some space where you can do some 3-card spreads. So when I created this part in the back, it kind of inspired me to create something different. So on these pages, you can, you've got a 3-card spread. If you want, you can add in more little boxes. It won't look pretty, but you can add in more little boxes if you have more cards, right? So again, you put the deck, you can write your question, your focus, or your intention, the deck used, and then your interpretation down at the bottom. So that is my 90-day tarot challenge journal, available on Amazon. I'm so excited. I might put a PDF version on Etsy as well. I'm not sure yet. And I also might beef it up so that instead of 90 days, it's a 60, not 60, that doesn't make sense. So instead of 3 months, it's a 6-month journal, which is what I did with my other creation. So again, this is the Tarot Challenge Journal. Small, compact. I like the full-size journals. I might experiment with the smaller, maybe like 6x9, but I prefer a full size, and that's probably because I don't have to port it anywhere. I work from home, so it's easy for me to like sit at my desk or in my bed or wherever and just have my journal handy. So because this is a proof version, it has this gray band, but if you purchase one, it will not. Okay, so this one, I am super, 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 super proud of myself for creating. This Hunkin' Mama, again, I wanted to find a place to journal my readings, to keep track of my daily tarot card, and something that was convenient. So sometimes I don't always have my iPad, like my daughter may have it. And like I said, I like writing. So I created a tarot and oracle spread journal. This one's pretty thick. I love it. I love the back that has this beautiful like decoration on it. So I created this so you can keep track of your card of the day. Inside there's space for your daily card. And I included lots of spread template space so that you can do different readings in your journal. So this has, I believe, yeah, I'm not sure how many months. I want to say 6, but so, okay, this one I created first, and it was really just something for me to make for myself. And then I was like, well, other people might want to use it too. So I kept that in mind when I created this. This is the Tarot and Oracle Spread Journal. Inside you have a page to like write down who the journal belongs to. And there's like a little about me page here that shares, look at my face, along with a little bit about me, ways to contact me. So I also put here a deck wish list for all of you who, like me, see decks and ooh and ah over them. So here we have your daily card reading, your daily card and reading. So I made the boxes a little more pretty this time. So same format, you've got your date, your question, the card, and the deck. There's 2 spaces per page. And then after every 2 cards, I also included a 3-card spread. So that you can do like mind, body, soul, past, present, future, daily intention, or whatever other 3-card spread that you choose to do. You can do, you know, situation, advice, outcome, them, me, us. So many ways that you can use these 3-card spreads. You can use these to do like a weekly check-in or just a quick daily reading to check in with yourself. And then again, it goes back to the 2-card or 2 cards per page. So you can, again, journal your daily card. So that goes on for quite a bit. I would love to find a way to like put dividers or indentations, but I don't know how to do that with the way that these were created. So I have, where are they? Where's my, I had some little tabs. They're not on my desk at the moment. But yeah, they're like the little stick-on tabs that you can stick on the side, because then it goes into, and that's what I'm going to do with mine. So here we have like 4-card spread readings, and there are lots of pages of spreads like this. Again, if you have more than 4 cards, you can always add little squares there. And then you put the date, the deck, your question, and then you can journal. And then I left like some blank space because sometimes I like to doodle. And sometimes lines can be like distracting for people or limiting. So just changing things up a bit there. So after the 4-card spreads, then there are some 7-card spreads, which you can use to do like the horseshoe readings. But this one, since it's a bigger spread, I did include like a full journal page just so that you can write out all the things with your spread. So there's lots of those. And then I think my absolute favorite part of this journal is the Celtic Cross section. So the Celtic Cross is one of the most popular spreads, right up there with like the daily card pull and the 3-card spread. So I included 10 boxes, and then I put the numbers here. So there are so many different variations of the Celtic Cross that you can experiment with different ones. You can tailor it to create your own, whatever the case may be. So that's there. And then again, there's a full page so that you can journal your notes and findings on that particular reading. So yeah, there's a ton of Celtic Cross spreads there. And then in the back, there's some blank pages for you to either jot down spreads that you come across that you really like, draw some out, whatever you want to do. And that is that. I'm super proud of myself. I think this is a very robust Tarot and Oracle spread journal. Again, this is available on Amazon also. I guess, yeah, I'll put the links in bio if you want to check them out. So as I use them, I'll probably go through and tweak and update and things like that just to continue improving upon them. I can say that I probably won't make this any bigger than it is because that's a pretty monstrous book. And no, there is no way to include like space for every single different type of spread, although I could have like cut back on something, but I included space for like, so when I was thinking about the 4-card spread, there are a lot of like elemental spreads, cyclical spreads, and things like that that can fall within that 4-card range. And then what I love is that there is like a little bit of space. So if you want to draw in additional blocks for your cards, you can always do that as well. You can even use these to create like your own spread. So say you like use the Celtic Cross as a base and you just add in more cards, you decide that you want to change, you know, what the prompts are for the cards. There's endless possibilities here with this book. So I'm so proud of me. So like I said, I created this for me, but I'm also sharing it with you. So if it's something that you need for your own tarot or oracle card practice, it's there and available. If you purchase it and you use it, I would love to know your thoughts. Because again, like I said, I'm always like looking to improve upon things and make things better, make things so it's useful and helpful for your experience. So I have a couple other ideas of things that I want to create that I think would really help me with my own journey in tarot. Yeah, so I don't know, who knows, maybe I'll have some more tarot journal goodies for you all soon, but I just wanted to share that's kind of what I've been up to. I will be back in the fold. I'm going to be focusing more on readings, so I think I might be able to create more space and time to do collective readings again, as well as focusing on coaching. So yeah, things are changing, but in a really beautiful way. I'm just at a point where like I'm ready, right? I have so much wisdom to share, and there are people who need help and support. And so that's what I want to do. I really want to get back into working with clients. I also have a lot of courses and different journey or challenge experiences that will be coming up. The next one, I believe, is probably going to be forgiveness. I'll probably be diving into forgiveness maybe in April. So yeah, that's it. I'm feeling good. I feel rested. I feel very clear on what it is that I am here to do, who I'm here to serve. And it's really about helping people heal their hearts and minds from trauma, from pain, from heartache, whether it was from childhood, a family relationship, a bad breakup, just really helping people get back into a space of authority and power within themselves when it comes to their relationships and their connections with others in all ways. So we'll be talking a lot about love, relationships, dating, sex, all the things coming up here soon. And I'm so excited. If you have any questions, please look in the descriptions. There's hashtag Ask Jovhanna, where you can send me your questions, your comments, your thoughts, your whatever, because I want to hear it. I want to hear from you. I want to connect with you, and I want to be of support to you. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I cannot wait to for the next video and the next time that we connect. Peace.